Hey there, YouTube. California Prepper. Well, I'm back with part 2 of the what knife is right for you. Kind of ran out of time. My video camera that I'm using, for some reason, it's a piece of junk. It only records 10 minutes at a time. So, had to call it quits on that last one, and we're going to start a part 2. So, we're going to try and make it through the rest of this list before I have to do a part 3. So, let's continue on, shall we? After you decide which blade shape you want, and if you want a serrated, or if you just want to go with a plain edge, then you of course have to figure out if you want a liner lock, a frame lock, an axis lock, a lock back, um, what is this, a slip joint. There are all sorts of different blades or lockups that you can have. So if that is a determining factor for you, you will definitely have to figure out if you're going to want one of these access locks, or this is sort of an access lock. I don't know if Spyderco really considers that an access lock or not. Do you want, like I said, a liner lock? Does it have to be a frame lock? I know a lot of my friends only have frame lock knives. Myself, I really don't care. A liner lock is just as reliable to me as a frame lock, if anything else. Do you have to have extras on it? Like, this knife is not by any means a name brand knife, but it does have sort of an extra feature. It's the lock system, or sort of the lock system from CRKT, where when that's up, even if you try and close a knife, it cannot be closed with that lever pushed up, so it keeps it from closing on you, which is pretty cool. But you really have to determine what is it that you want. Here's the lock back, like I said, the lock back. This is a pretty cool knife. I always snag my fingers when I close this because I always just let it drop. Just have it. Don't move my finger out of the way. So I guess you would have to do it up here. And yeah, that's just awkward, see? So, anywho, you have to really determine which lockup you would like. Next, you have to determine, do you want thumb studs? Are you a thumb stud guy? Are you a flipper guy? Are you a spider hole guy? Or what's that called? An ambidextrous thumb hole? I consider it a spider hole. Spyderco started it, so it's a spider hole to me. Do you want a spider hole? Do you want a flipper? Do you want thumb studs? Do you just want a manual knife that you have to manually open? What is it that really strikes your fancy? I can't determine that for you. Do you want an assisted or a non-assisted knife? Do you want it to come out slow, or do you want to touch it and have it sling out quicker than hell? It's, all up to you. Where you live, can you have automatic knives? In California, I can't have an automatic knife, so that's completely out of the question. If you can have automatic knives, that may be in the question. Do you want an out of the front automatic, or what is it, an OTF or something like that, type automatic knife? There are so many different factors. It's all really up to you. I can't tell you what you like. As much as I can try and, you know, push you in the right direction, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, especially if you don't like the flavor of the drink, you know? So, let's get through the rest of this list, shall we? Like I said, you have to determine the grind. Which grinder you prefer. Some of them are even, only one-way tip. You can only carry this knife tip up. Is that a factor for you? Do you want to be able to carry tip down? Do you want to be able to, have options? Do you want to have a four-way pocket clip like this where you can decide which way you want to carry it? If you want to carry it tip up one day, tip down one day, left side one day, right side the next day. Do you want to be able to have that choice? It's all up to you. So really make sure to look at what you're getting when you're buying a knife. Don't just go buy something because somebody else has it. If somebody else likes it, doesn't mean you're going to like it. I've made the mistake of doing that. I bought a knife because my buddy, he really liked it. and I got it for myself, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I ended up giving it to him, and I think that's kind of what he wanted, throughout the whole thing. But I absolutely hated that damn knife. Um, so it's really, really up to you. Like I said, there's so many other things. I mean, do you want to have, a knife with a pocket clip, or do you want to have something that you need a sheath for? Um, there's so many different things. It's just, it can go on and on and on. So I'm gonna leave it at this before I have to have a part 3 on this subject. And if I left anything out, please feel free to mention it. If this wasn't a good enough answer for you guys, I will do another video on it. Just wait till I get a little bit more knowledge under my belt, and I will definitely give you guys a little bit more of my opinion, because like I said, I can only give you my opinion. I can't tell you what you like, what you want, what you prefer. I can tell you what I like, what I prefer, and what I look for in a knife. So that's going to do it for now, guys. I'm going to end it right here, and I will talk to you guys soon. California Prepper, I'm out of here.